Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to build a Hobbit Hole. Now, I've loved the Hobbit films, the Lord of the Rings films, the books, for almost my entire life. I think they're incredible works of art. And ever since I've been playing Minecraft, really, I've always liked the idea of trying to recreate that in Minecraft. And what a way to get started than with a Hobbit Hole. Now, this can be used in survival, this can be used in a creative world, whatever you fancy. There'll be a few changes kind of based on what you plan to do with the build, on what kind of materials you use, and there's a lot of fluidity in it. There's a lot of things that you can chop and change, make it unique, make it your own. So let's get into it. So to begin with, you're going to want to clear a little area on kind of the side of a hill. You'll need something that's about 13 blocks long for this particular build. You want to make a gap here that's 5 blocks wide for the door, and make a 3x3 square of stripped logs on either side. Now here you want to build up some of the walls. I'm using yellow clay, however you can choose what you wish for this, whatever colour you want. Now you can see we've made kind of a circle area on the door, and now we're going to start bringing the roof down in a nice curve that you see with most Hobbit holes. It's kind of how they're described in the books, how they're seen in the films. There's always the nice kind of rounded curve, and that kind of flows through the whole build on the interiors too. Now, under these windows, we're going to put stairs on top and below, and then another one kind of underneath the roof to kind of bring each section into its own. We're going to fill in that gap there, and fill in this hole here with logs to kind of stabilize the roof a bit. Now the stairs under the windows you can turn into bricks if you so wish. In the actual Hobbit holes, that's what they are. However, I don't like the brick texture in Minecraft. I think it's really dated. Now we've used some trapdoors to kind of make the doorway more spherical, and to add some window shutters to the windows, and we're just going to add some fence for a little garden. Now we're going to add in the windows and the door to kind of bring the rest of that front together, and then finally we're going to finish off with finishing the roof, kind of completing that curve and bringing it flush with the hill. Finally, we just want to add some stairs on each end. Great. Now, for the interior, you'll see on screen in a moment a layout. You can make this as big or as small as you want. For my design, we're going with these dimensions. However, feel free to take this into your own hands, do it however you desire. This is your own. This is, you know, if you're in survival and you need more functionality out of it, then add an enchanting room or, you know, something else. There's plenty you can do with it. But this is how I've gone for it, and I'll show you kind of the style of how I think you should build these interiors. And as you can see, we're hollowing out the window sections there, which we will fill in later on in the video. And now this is the back bedroom area that we're hollowing out. So you want to fill in both the floor and the roof with planks. I've used spruce, however I'm a true believer in using things that are kind of local to the area you're building in. I'm building near a spruce forest, and so spruce planks make sense. If you were building near a dark oak forest, then using dark oak planks might make sense. Same for birch, same for oak. Now these interior walls you want to bring out by 2 either side, leave a 3-block gap, and then place another log for the doorway. Around the windows we want a log either side with planks in the middle as a bit of a kind of ledge to put a plant pot on. Then you want to come out 2 and then an instep and then by 3 long. This is to kind of create a bit of more of a rounded feel to the rooms, as is the case in these Hobbit holes. And then you want 3 blocks along for the rest of that room. Now, as you can see, I'm alternating between stripped log and bone. You can replace bone with whatever you want, whether it clay, whether it wool, whether it different planks. Whatever's kind of easy to come by, whatever you think looks best. Now we're going to finish off the back walls of each of these rooms, place some lanterns, and then on the floor we're going to make a little bit of a pattern every other block with logs, just to kind of make things look a little pretty. And then in this bedroom we're going to make this a rounded room, kind of completely rounded. So do a 3, then a 1 diagonal, then another 3, and then a 1 diagonal. Now we're going to start moving into doing the doors. They're circular in the films, and so you want to place some upside down stairs to kind of make a circle doorway. We're going to do 1 into each room and then 1 in the middle here into the bedroom. We're going to use trap doors in order to kind of make this feel a little bit more rounded. It kind of adds a little extra dimension of depth to it. And then we're going to move into this kind of recreational room, lounge, just after putting some trapdoors around the main front door to kind of make it feel a bit more wood on the interior. But we're gonna build a desk and a little bit of a kind of smelting area in here too. So we're going to use a lectern with some barrels on top. We're then going to use a trapdoor as a shelf. We're going to use some upside down stairs to actually make the desk itself. Pop a lantern on the shelf. Now make sure it's actually on the shelf as opposed to attached to the ceiling. And we're going to use some signs in order to kind of bring the rest of this desk together and finish it off with a book after making this seat. And there we have it. Now I'm going to move over to this side, place a blasting furnace, an anvil, and another trapdoor for a shelf. We're now going to build the fireplace by breaking 2 blocks down, replacing the back one with cobblestone, some of the floor with cobblestone. We're going to place a campfire, put a cobblestone block either side, some upside down stairs at the back, and then some right way up ones either side. And then another full block to kind of show the breast going up. Some stone walls and iron bars in the middle to kind of protect yourself from the flames. Now we're going to head outside and place a chimney. Now count the blocks in and kind of work out where your chimney is based on where you've put it. Mine works out to be about here. So I'm going to break that down and build up a bit of a chimney. An extra block there. And we're going to put a campfire on top to kind of create a smoke effect and then cover that up with trapdoors. As you can see, I absolutely love trapdoors. We're going to make the base of this kind of chimney a little bit stronger, a little bit thicker, make it stand out a little more. There we go. And now moving into the kitchen, we're going to place a crafting table, a cauldron, and a smoker. We're going to put a fence to hold up these barrels that are attached to the ceiling. We're going to put a jukebox down, and we're going to make kind of a little bit of a shelf area. Make sure to put these trapdoors on the block below where you actually want to place something, otherwise it becomes very difficult. Now we're going to put 2 trapdoors there to turn that into 1 unit. Now we're going to put a redstone block in the little inlet there and a piston to create a table. Some chairs here. Some more barrels up on top. Get rid of these lanterns and place it above this log in the floor. Now we're going to replace these back walls with bookshelves to kind of make the shelving area look a little more realistic. And we're going to do the same in this lounge area. Lovely. Break that lantern. And now we're moving into the bedroom. We're going to place a double bed with a bookshelf as a side table. Place a trapdoor in front. Another little shelf there. Some barrels up there for storage. Going to put a chest, 2 chests, and an ender chest. Some trapdoors underneath. And now we're going to build a bit of a wardrobe with some trapdoors on the side. And then 2 spruce doors as the front of the wardrobe. Sometimes the textures glitch out a bit. Now inside we're going to have an armor stand and a shelf. We're now going to pop a few kind of extra details on with picture frames and flower pots. So I'm going to put item frames in all of the places that we think kind of things might realistically be laying or put. Some sea pickles as well. And flower pots, we just put everywhere. We love them. Like so. And now we're going to fill in some of these item frames. So a feather on the desk, an iron bar on the little workstation, a record by the record player, by the smoker, some chicken, and on the table, kind of a decorative fish. And finally, some kelp. Now we're going to put some flowers in. I find plant pots and flowers, both on interiors and exteriors, really kind of add a lot of interest to a build. They really bring things together and make things feel lived in, feel kind of real. We're going to pop a clock on the wall in the bedroom. Put some pickles on the shelf, as well as a flower pot with an orchid in. And then in the wardrobe, we're going to put a flower pot and a book on the floor. Great. Now, moving on to the outside, we're going to place a little path kind of leading up to the build itself. I'm using a range of cobble, gravel, kind of coarse dirt and path. We're going to put a barrel, some hay on the outside, as well as a composter, 2 lanterns on the fence posts by the main kind of front door. We're going to use some rose bushes, and then we're just going to go crazy with bone meal. Going to do a little bit of terraforming up by the roof there. But I love using bone meal. I think it really, it makes builds feel alive. It's super cool, making things look overgrown, making gardens look real. And there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope it wasn't too difficult to follow. I tried something new this time round with the replay mod, and it took a hell of a lot longer than I expected it to. So please show me some love. Please leave a like. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. If you've liked these videos I've done so far. I'm hoping to try and upload once a week for the time being, with the option of streaming as well in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing your comments.